What's up? Welcome to video 4. Now, the rest of them are here. Do not panic. The thing is, I had to take them down because I have a couple more tutor spots to fill, so I figured I can take them down, give them to y'all. You just have to go through a link, so it's kind of like awareness. If you need tutoring, you're screaming before the exam, you're really nervous, looking for ways to reduce your stress. Then you could go through the link and get all of that done, whatever else. But you can still get all the videos and audios, whatever you want to call them, so do not worry. Now, also, this gives me a reason to start producing more content. So I've actually added some PDFs in there, which are about how to completely reduce stress anxiety for the test. I'm going to actually give you one right now. So there's this thing which I call the 30-60-90 rule. And I would tell this to all of my students because it really helped me. And the 30-60-90 rule is when you look at the AAMC questions, they have questions in 3 categories. There's easy, medium, and hard. Not surprising. But the easy questions, 90% of people get them right on average. The medium questions, 60% of people get them right. And the hard questions, 30% of people get them right. And if you do the math, the reason that this is because it wants to make sure it's a standardized test and actually tests what you know. Whereas I bet everyone that's watching this video right now has done MCAT questions from like test prep companies, and you're like reading it through and you're like, I have no freaking idea how I got that wrong. What the hell does that even mean? Read this like long ass explanation. I'm nowhere closer to figuring out what the hell that means, after this long ass explanation. Don't worry, those are not on the exam. And here is why. Because of the 30-60-90 rule. Those questions that you're like, yeah, I'm betting like no one would get those right. Odds are nobody gets them right. And that's why a test prep company, which is all about the money, has them there because they say, oh, we have, 5,000 questions that you can get by paying, thousands of dollars to us. Whereas AAMC is like, no, we want to test your knowledge. And that is why we make sure that all these questions pass this 30-60-90 rule, okay? So if you get a question wrong, you think it's really hard, keep in mind that about a third of everyone that has that question gets it right. But anyways, I need to digress. So there's stuff about that. There's stuff for broke MCAT students. Basically, if you don't have much money, like for me, I was able to get through my exam and have 12, I think I took 12 practice tests before it. And it cost me like $250 for like all the test prep materials. I may or may not have torrented stuff, full non-disclosure. Anyways, there's some stuff about how I was able to, in the past, essentially learn all the MCAT classes in like a 6.5 month period. So I had to like average a class a week at one point. Kind of talks about my story there. I think that's actually helped a lot of people because that's really... Learning stuff on your own is really how you're able to understand the way that you learn the quickest. Like for me, in my study habits, I like to walk around and study. And this really helps because A, it keeps my mind afloat, but then also it keeps me from falling asleep, gives me a little bit of exercise. And if you look at all these different studies on like brain activity, what you find is that walking actually increases brain activity a ton because where are you doing most of your learning as a hunter-gatherer? You're doing it while you're walking around. Anyways, continuing on. So it gives me a reason to make more content. All this stuff is there. Trying to get more tutor students. It's actually really beneficial for you because you actually get more content from this as a result. And I think that's really about it. Give me a second. Let me double check. Oh yeah, so I'm actually it gives me a reason to make more content continually. So if you don't want tutoring, which is totally fine with me, not a big deal, you can get on the email list and I'll update stuff with you, every so often. I'm not quite sure what the time frame should be for that yet, but I'm still figuring it out. It gives me a reason to actually finish the rest of the KDpsych series. And I think that's about it. So I wish you the best on hopefully your exam that's months away. And if it's very soon, then maybe you want to give me a call or maybe you want to use the audio osmosis, do whatever you can to be prepared. But relax, You can do it. It is not as big of a deal as you think. And actually, a lot of the reasons that you're stressing, you probably don't have to stress about. I mean, like the exam is only like dictating the rest of your medical career. I'm just kidding. But you can drop a line, ask me any questions that you want. And until then, I will see you next time. You've now reached the end of this video, which means that you found value in the content that I provided here. So what's holding you back from hitting the like or subscribe button so that I can bring this content to viewers just like you? Did you know that when you like a video, it actually goes into a neat little playlist, perfect for referencing information later on? So for more powerful content on how to save more time, build your knowledge repertoire, and gain more power in your life, visit timeknowledgepower.com. Click below, and I'll see you next time.